Schimming-Chase, appointed as a High Court judge in 2021, also serves as acting Supreme Court judge since 2023. She was nominated by 3 organizations in an unprecedented move, according to Chief Justice Peter Shivute. The assessment was rigorous, with Chief Justice Petrus Damaseb setting the ball rolling with a question on under what circumstances Parliament may reverse a Supreme Court decision. She replied, saying the Supreme Court's decision is final and binding and that the legislature may then make laws provided such laws are in compliance with the Namibian Constitution. But a follow-up question by Commissioner Elias Shikongo on parliamentary sovereignty, where the legislature carries out a lawful enactment aimed at undoing a Supreme Court decision. This had her pondering for a few moments.
It is a very difficult question and difficult to answer, because if I'm one day sitting on the Supreme Court, I would have to consider that question. If the enactment is a lawful enactment and it is a constitutional enactment, the state can make laws. And we cannot take away from the state's ability and right to make laws. So if it is a constitutional enactment, then that is something that we have to favorably consider. But then again, there is always the issue of the binding nature of a Supreme Court decision. I don't think any person can state expressly that the one overrides the other.
When asked what her philosophy would be, Schimming-Chase replied that she made an oath to uphold the Namibian Constitution, stating that justice is an ideal and the law a tool to reach that.
If one takes a look at my body of work over the past 25 years, one thing that a reader will know about me is that I will always authentically apply the Constitution in the best way possible. Sometimes it will be a difficult decision. Sometimes there might be a tug of war between the Supreme Court and the legislature or the executive when it comes to the enactment of law.
Chief Justice Damaseb weighed in on contemporary matters, whether or not judges may go on go-slow.
I would not go on a go-slow, Judge. This position of a Supreme Court judge is bigger than myself, and it's bigger than the income that I earned. DCJ, you will remember that you also gave up a lucrative practice when you came to the bench. I also gave up a lucrative practice when I came to the bench. So money definitely does not play a role. It is difficult. I think one must also understand that our responsibility and our work as judges is extremely difficult. There's not a single time when I've written a judgment where I'm not gone to sleep at night because I want to make sure that it's the right judgment. But if it was money, I would not have come to the bench, DCJ. So no, I would not go on a go-slow because my responsibility is to the Constitution. I'm a critical service provider.
The 5-member Judicial Service Commission, chaired by the Chief Justice, was 1 member short today, with Attorney General Festus Mandeka unable to attend due to personal reasons. A second candidate, High Court Judge Orban Sebea, is also in the run for the Supreme Court position. However, he was not available for today's interview. The Commission confirmed that Judge Sebea will be interviewed at a later stage as part of the same selection process.